Have you ever felt like everything around you is losing meaning? That words are just noise. Goals are illusions. And life a repeating dream. With no awakening? This isn't just fatigue. It's not boredom. This is nihilism. Friedrich Nietzsche called nihilism the main challenge of our era. And though he lived in the 19th century, he was speaking about us, about our time, about our inner crisis. But what's nihilism, really? It's not about denying everything for the sake of destruction. It's not rebellion for rebellion's sake. It's the loss of meaning, the collapse of former values, the exposure of illusions, when everything you once believed in starts to crack beneath your fingers, like thin ice. Nietzsche said, God is dead, but it wasn't triumph, it wasn't joy, it was a diagnosis. He didn't celebrate the fall of religion. He saw that along with it, the entire moral framework of civilization was collapsing. There were no values left. Everything was allowed. Everything was possible, but nothing truly mattered. We no longer know what's good or what's bad, what's essential and what's just noise, what's real and what's just packaging. You can follow trends, build a career, chase likes, go to the gym, but where is life in all that? Nietzsche warned. A great void will come after the death of God. People will seek meaning in emptiness, create false idols just to avoid being alone, with their inner silence. He called it the revaluation of all values. Old meanings are gone, but we haven't created new ones yet. As a civilization, we are in transition, in limbo, wading through the swamp between past and future. And in that swamp, we lose ourselves. We hide in entertainment. We chase success, prestige, an imitation of happiness. But the more we have, the less soul remains. And this is where the scariest form begins, passive nihilism. It's when you no longer believe in anything, but you also no longer care to fight. You drift through life with your eyes down, and everything inside you says, why try? Nothing matters anyway. Such a person loses the will to act. He doesn't suffer. He's numb. He lives without pain, but also without fire, without belief, without boldness, without challenge, and this is the true disease of our time. But Nietzsche didn't just give a diagnosis. He pointed to a way out, a way through the void, but a difficult path. He said, only those who have witnessed the collapse of old values can create new ones. But that takes courage, not escape, not suppression, but a brave look within, the strength to admit, yes, the old is gone. Now I must become the source of meaning myself. You must become the sun that shines upon itself, wrote Nietzsche. He believed that after passive nihilism comes another stage, active nihilism. It is no longer a person withdrawing from the world, but someone who says, if there is no meaning, I will create one myself. Someone who doesn't demand ready-made answers, but builds their own. Someone who embraces loneliness as a point of growth. Someone who is no longer afraid of the void, because from it, new strength is born. The Übermensch, the Overman, is not someone superior to others, but someone who has passed through the death of meaning and learned to create anew. It's not a utopia, not a superhero. It's a metaphor for the creative individual who refuses to live by imitation, who doesn't copy but creates. But to become such a person, you must go through pain, the pain of collapse, the pain of solitude, the pain of honestly asking yourself, am I truly alive or just repeating? Nihilism is not your enemy. It is a transitional state between illusion and freedom. It's the void where, for the first time, you can hear your real voice. Yes, at first it's quiet. But if you don't run, don't drown it out, don't hide in noise, it becomes louder, clearer, more true. And then you'll realize this void doesn't kill, it purifies. And if you endure it, you can become yourself. Not a copy, not a mask, not a role, but your living, authentic self. Someone who lives not because they must, but because they want to create, to be, to burn. If something shifted inside you while watching this, let it stay with you, like a quiet little flame that keeps you warm in the dark. Don't fear the void, it's where new meanings are born. Sometimes you have to lose yourself to truly find yourself. If this resonates with you, subscribe so we don't get lost in the noise and can continue this dialogue together. Thank you for being here. Take care of yourself. Even in the darkest times, you can still be the light. Until next time.